Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a few weeks. What I was going through was a few months, so I'm feeling a lot better. As you guys can see in my area, it's not the same as it usually is, the setup, because I moved to California. Yay. That wasn't the plan. When the video I made of me getting fired, I also told you guys I was moving, but I was moving into a different floor plan, a different unit in the same building in Texas, but here I am in California, and I'll get into why a little bit later. I just wanted to let you guys know that I read all of your sweet comments, I got sweet messages, and I just want to let you guys know that I know I didn't reply to a lot of them, but I read all of them, and it really touched me. It really moved me, and it helped me. At the time I felt so alone, but after everything that happened, I opened my eyes and I realized that I have you guys, and you guys are so great and so sweet and genuine towards me, and I just wanted to let you guys know that I see that and I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart, and I love all of you guys. And I didn't know if I was going to come back to social media because I was being blackmailed, and the reason for the blackmail was for extortion. From that situation, I was scared. I felt like less of a human. I felt dumb. I felt like, and guys, this all makes sense to what I'm gonna say. Rambling a lot. My phone is actually less than 15% because I did it on purpose, so this video won't be that long so I can see what I have to say. There is a little bit of cheese meh. Sorry. It's all part of the journey. But so I was being blackmailed, and I'm not gonna get into it, but I felt like if they did what they wanted to do, like what they told me that they were gonna do, which was expose me to my following and post me everywhere like they said they were going to, then I felt like my life was over. I wouldn't be able to get into like the medical field that I wanted to get into. I just felt like people will look at me super differently, and online I was being seen more of an eye candy than an actual human being, so I felt like that was so hard on me. That was one thing. Another thing, me getting fired, and I am not the most secure person. I was very, very, very insecure. People find that hard to believe, but just because someone looks a certain way on the outside doesn't mean they view themselves like on the inside. And childhood trauma comes into play with that. It's not just look in the mirror like, okay, cool. It's not just that. It's emotions that they've been feeling for their entire life. So people don't really understand that because they don't know what I go through. And this is relevant because, so a lot of you guys asked, how did I get fired? How did my managers see my TikToks? Because that's why I got fired from my TikToks. It's because I recently learned that a girl actually didn't like me, and she quote unquote said that she hated me and wanted me out, and I was surprised. I had people tell me like, it was probably her, but I was like, no, there's no way, because I'm so nice to her. I'm so sweet to her, but I kept my distance because I saw like how she was as a friend, and I didn't really like how she treated her friends, but that's not the point. The point was that like I was nice to everyone that I worked with, and I guess she just didn't like me, but a few words were exchanged. That was really immature of me, but in the moment I lost everything because of her, and I essentially moved because of her, because after I lost my job, things just weren't working out in Texas, and I kind of laid all my eggs in one basket at that job, living in Texas. But I thank her now, because now I'm in a beautiful state that I get to start fresh and put that behind me. Like, the apartment that I was living in, I didn't even want to live there anymore. I was sleeping on the couch and with an air mattress, and sometimes it just wasn't a good environment for me. And then because of that reason, another girl that they don't even like each other, but she commented on my video that I made recently about I'm taking a break, and she said that if I'm basically she said if I'm a horrible person, I'm gonna be alone, like I was in that video. But that really hurt me because, all my life I was insecure. I didn't know who I was as a person. I didn't have a good foundation within myself. So I took her words to heart because I was like, wow, like they don't even like each other. This girl, I don't know her that well, but I went out to drinks with her and we were with multiple people, but she ended up calling me to help her, put gas in her car. I drove to her when I was tipsy. Like, me and my boyfriend drove to her and we put gas in her car. We followed her until she made it home. And then, like, another time I was helping her with the gym because she was going through something and I just wanted to be a good friend to her because she didn't have that. I saw her lifestyle she was living and I was like, wow, like, like she needs someone there for her. So I wanted to be there for her. We talked for hours on just our emotions, our childhood. It got really personal and deep and meaningful. So I was like, wow, like if this girl can say that, out of the blue, not knowing anything about my life. Well, she knew about my life, but like not knowing anything about what was going on in my life, like how could she say this to me after all of the love and compassion that I showed her? So I was like, wow, like maybe I am a bad person. And this all makes sense because this all topped off the feelings I was feeling. I was like, wow, like I lost my job. I moved twice this year. I didn't know what I was going to do. I felt really alone. And not because people didn't care and love me that were around me. It was because of me inside. And I've always felt like that my whole life, being insecure. But I sat with my thoughts and then I actually had a conversation with my uncle and he was like, you're never fighting a battle in a losing position. And that really stuck with me because, I kind of had like a victim mindset where I was like, why me? Like, why is this happening to me? Like, it must be me. Her comment just like topped it off for me. But then I really sat with myself and, I was so depressed where I was barely eating. I lost 7 pounds. You guys saw my video. I was having really bad thoughts in my head. I painted my nails. I did French tip and I was so happy because I felt like a human. I felt like, oh wow, I did a human thing besides just sleep until 8. And I went to sleep at 8 in the morning and then I would wake up at 5 p.m. just to make the days go by faster. Like, I was not living a healthy lifestyle and I didn't want to. I didn't want to get better because I just thought, well, this is going to happen again, like things are going to keep happening regardless, but that's what life is, But I had a conversation with my uncle and he told me that, people can say whatever they want. People can do whatever they want. You can get everything taken from you, but no one can take away your knowledge and your heart. And that really, really resided in me because for the longest time, I hated myself. But now, like after that girl saying what she said and after I got fired because someone didn't like me, I was just like, I'm a really good person and I take a lot of pride in that. I wasn't confident in a lot of things, but I'm super confident that I'm a good person, and it took me a very long time to see that. And throughout this journey, I prayed a lot, and I know that some people don't believe in prayer, but I do, and it helped me tremendously. I would plan for the future a lot more, and that's like really big because when I came to California, I was like kind of sad because I was like, well, all this time I wanted to move here, but now that I'm actually here, I'm like, wow, like what do I do? Like, I just felt emotions I didn't think I was going to be able to be feeling when I was here because I thought I would be so much more happier, but just because I moved doesn't mean that those emotions weren't there anymore. And I'm just learning to take it one day at a time and heal. And healing and growing as a person is a everlasting journey that I never want to stop. I never want to stop feeling. I know that hard things happen, and after all that happening, I don't want to, yeah. I'm not happy that those things happened, of course. Like, no one's happy bad things happen to them, but I am very glad and I'm grateful that I am allowed to see that those things were not against me, but with me, and they were for me to open my eyes and see the world in a much clearer lens and know that You know, just because bad things happen doesn't mean that they happen because you're a bad person. It doesn't mean that it's like you're destined for failure. It's just one step closer. Like, that chapter is behind me, and I know that now I can fight the next battle even stronger, and then stronger and stronger and smarter and wiser with more knowledge because of what I've been through. And another thing that I wanted to say, that, you know, this healing journey hasn't been that long for me because, you know, I've always spoken about positivity and everything, but until I actually sat down and spent time with myself, and I allowed myself to understand that this is who I am, and I am not going to give up on social media, even though I was traumatized to go on social media because I didn't want to provoke my blackmailer. But this is who I am, and I'm not going to stop them from me living my life, because I know who I am now. I know I'm a good person, I'm a good sister, I'm a good daughter, I'm a good niece, I'm a great friend, I'm a great girlfriend. Like, I'm a good person. So whatever the enemy throws at me, it's not going to win. And if people, you know, God forbid, that video comes out, and if they look at me differently, then they are not for me. You know, you guys have taught me a lot, and it's that when the world feels like they're against you, there are people out there that love and support you, and I'm here to say that if you guys need someone, like, I'm here for you. I know what it's like to feel alone, even with the crowded room of people that love you. And if I can just help one person out of hundreds, then I feel like I did something right. And that's all I want to do, is just help people feel better and feel like they have a safe space. I wasn't really happy with the way that my social media was going. It wasn't really who I was, but I was scared to do things that I wanted to do because I felt like people weren't going to care. But now that I'm in a different headspace, I know that this is what I want to do, and I want to inspire people. I want to inspire people with my story, and maybe one day I'll get deeper into, like, even my childhood, so you guys can really understand and know that, like, people go through things. And one thing that I would say is that when I was going through all these things, I would gaslight myself, and I'd be like, well, people have it worse, like, you know, like, this is first world problems, like, I'm alive. And that was something that I didn't care for, but I'm alive, and I have every day to start over and start fresh and get up in the morning out of bed and really try to be better than how I was before. And I'm a little scared because, you know, life's all about ups and downs, and I'm scared about the next down. But because of all of this happened, and because my life and my childhood and, you know, just everything I've been through, I just know that it's gonna be okay. And this is very vulnerable because, you know, it's feelings, and sometimes people don't understand that, which is okay. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm okay, and I'm gonna be okay, and I'm gonna come back to YouTube. I just need to set up things here in California and get everything together. But why are grocery bags 10 cents? Why when I get groceries at a store, Target, Walmart, grocery store, why are bags 10 cents? Yeah, but I'm really excited to start my journey. I'm looking at schools to get into. I'm looking at jobs I've applied at that are really close to here. This state is so beautiful, and I'm very excited about my next journey. So yeah, I'm gonna be back making ASMR, but I just needed to set up a station. I need to get those soundproof things put on the walls because we live right next to like a highway kind of, and it means really loud because I'm really close to the beach, and that's really nice too because I could just go clear my head there and walk along the pier. I think that's what it's called. When all these bad things are happening, like, that's when you're gonna reach a breakthrough. And I just can't believe that I made it here, and something that I didn't think I was going to ever be able to do. I know I'm rambling a lot, but it's been a while, and I know you guys were worried, and I just really appreciate that. So I'm gonna be back, and thank you if you made it this far. And just remember that I'm always here for you, and I love you from the bottom of my heart, and I care for all of you, and I'm thankful that you guys are here with me on this journey of healing and growing mentally. You know, like, it's gonna be okay. No matter what you're going through, it's gonna be okay. And, you know, I'm not all the way there yet where I want to be. I never will be. You know, like, I'm always gonna try to strive for more, but I'm just happy you guys are here, and I'm happy that I'm here, and thank you. I'll see you guys really soon.